And then there was a Oromo kid who was walking around in the stands.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, anytime a child can speak their language, they're talking like adults.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yo, but this kid's walking around to people going, he's talking to them Oromo, and if the person speaks back and they're shaky, they just start flaming them.
No way.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Cousin
Connection Podcast.
You're supposed to join us in there.
Oh my bad. I was gonna let you guys have the moment.
Well, the third voice that you're hearing right now is one of our new friends of the podcast.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not gonna give. I've learned. I'm not giving the government anymore. Let's go. Badasso. Oh no, Badasso season.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it? Do you pronounce it Badasso season?
Badasso season, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got that right.
Yeah,
so
you got
exactly.
money. You got money.
Can we say your actual name, or is that like?
Okay, my actual name is Barreto.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some guys out here like, no, it's AK. That's it.
Nah, that's it. I'm not hiding. I'm not in the streets, bro.
So we have him on the podcast. He's inspiring. Would you say inspiring influencer, inspiring TikToker, inspiring artist, or what would you say?
A guy that makes content.
A guy that
makes a content.
An aspiring content creator.
Yeah.
I guess honestly, the moment you start is like you're already a content creator, but like everybody measures success differently, right?
Exactly.
I think I was listening to like a podcast recently or like some audio recently where someone's like they're saying they weren't successful because they weren't popular, they weren't popular or anything, and then the other person's saying to them like, no, you are successful because you started. Like just starting alone is something that a lot of people don't do, and like just the process of you starting itself, you're already successful in what you're doing.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So having that mindset will definitely make you feel a lot more positive, and inshallah, the numbers will come.
Yeah, inshallah.
Eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So let's go quickly over your history then. Okay.
When did you start? What is Badasso season like? What is that coming from? Inspo.
So I started making TikToks 2 years ago. COVID, come on. Okay. What was everybody doing in the house? Nothing, right?
Yeah.
And then I used to just post a lot of like photos on Instagram, and then I saw the whole TikTok feed and whatever, and I said, you know what? Let me just make videos. So at the beginning, I was making like cringy videos of like just following trends.
Yeah. Like the dance videos?
Yeah, no, I wasn't doing dancing. I wasn't doing dancing. I was doing like those comedy videos. So like my first
like
skits. Like I was
small ones.
Yeah. And then from there, I moved on to like fashion, and then I went deep into that because I used to always like fashion.
Yeah, I could tell just from looking at your history, your posts. You've always been to fashion.
I've always been to fashion, so I said, let me put more into fashion, and then more into like day in a life. Then it became a lifestyle, and then it just like snowballed into like what it is right now.
Yeah.
The work that you're talking about. First off, whenever people say, "Oh, the stuff that I did originally was cringy," it's like because you were putting in the work. Like your first stuff is never gonna be.
It's never gonna hit.
Yeah, it's never gonna hit. Yeah. Not only that, it's not gonna hit. It's not gonna be like the best. Yeah. Don't expect it to be the best quality. There are some people who would maybe come out with like the best thing, but usually if you look into their history before they're even on the internet, they might have had some background. But usually if you're just starting on the internet and you're trying to figure it out, your original stuff, your first stuff is not going to be the best, but like you're laying the groundwork, right?
Yeah, exactly,
you're building the foundation, you're learning the skills needed so that when you do start to build and make even better content, then you have all that background, that foundation to work off of.
Right.
So, so just to preface that one and everything. So like you started on social media and then you kind of like did like a rebrand in a way,
basically, because I remember like the thing that switched it all. I remember it was I used to just make like those random videos. I didn't have any direction of where I was going, and then I saw a 75-day hard. So
you did that?
Oh my god, I remember your videos on that.
So I did the 75-day hard. And I'm not gonna lie, that was not stressful. I won't say it was stressful. It wasn't stressful, but it was like a lot of, I had to stay on top of a lot of things.
I would say that's stressful, man. I can't do that.
No, I was doing like the day part wasn't the hard part. Like doing the thing wasn't the hard part, but the part was like I have to walk around, record everything that I was doing. And then I had to get comfortable because every single 75-day hard, right? So every single day you have to make a video. Every single day you made a video, so on, so on. And then I was seeing the growth that I was getting from it, and then the thing that made me go, okay, you know what, I'm gonna actually post a lot more videos. I went to Minnesota, and I was at what was a coffee spot called Common Grounds. I don't know if you guys have heard about it.
No.
Okay, anyway, so I was at some coffee spot, Common Grounds, getting coffee. One guy came up to me randomly, and he was like, "Yo, I love your 75 Day Hard.
No way.
I said, yo, I'm not even in my city. I'm in Minnesota. The guy came up to me and said,
it does hit different when it's not.
Yeah, and then after I saw that, I said, you know what? Let me just go hard on this. Let me just start posting a lot. And then that's how I just became a lifestyle brand, and then that's why I started doing like clothing content and things like that. And then that's where I ended up right now.
Yeah, because I seen your recent stuff. You've been doing more like get ready with me, like different styles. First off, you said you were always into fashion. Like, what? I think I know what the answer is, but what's your inspiration in that? Like, what made you get into fashion?
Okay, then the name should give it away.
Yeah. Honestly, I have no idea what it means.
You have no clue. So my favorite artist, or like the person I was really looking forward to, was Kanye.
Okay.
So then Kanye's, when he came up with the thing, was the Yeezy season.
Yeah.
So then I was like, yo, my last name Bedasso. Bedasso season. There we go, yo.
That's
what I'm saying, right? Yeah. And then that's how the fashion part came and everything.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. So have you always been like Kanye fan in general?
Oh, since graduation. I remember grade 8. Buffing the, what's it called when you drop the graduation?
A college dropout or no?
No, graduation.
Sorry.
Yeah. I remember when him and 50 Cent were like, who's going to have the better album?
Yeah.
And then graduation came, I said, yeah, 50 Cent got, wow.
Didn't I thought 50 Cent won or lost? Oh no, he lost
because they were on 106 Park, and he was like, yo, whoever had the better album, the other person has to retire.
Yeah. And
graduation came. I said,
low key, 50 Cent, did he come out with an album after that? I don't know.
He's on to bigger and better things. Okay,
I guess so.
Power?
The power and everything. I just remember that, and that's made me go wow. And Kanye West from there on. My Beautiful Dark Fantasy.
Yeah.
Then it just like he became my favorite.
So what's your opinion on like, what happened recently with Kanye?
Yeah, like, are you still a
past
fan?
Few years?
Oh man, yo, the Make America Great. Yeah, that was wild. That was wild. I looked at it as the guy always said he had like mental health issues. So I always on the realm of like, I'm not gonna let this guy he's going through something. Yeah. And people are running off of. Because if we're gonna talk about mental health, and we see a guy who's actually having an episode, you can't really.
Because people saw there was money to make off of it.
Exactly, yeah.
They were taking advantage of it. Yeah. But then again, like, I feel like for someone to have that much, there's this whole thing of like people with that much creativity, like creative genius, they kind of have to be a little bit like, a little off their rocker.
Yeah, because didn't like Van Gogh cut off his ear?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
the man killed himself. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to be a little bit on the spectrum, but
at least like for the greats out there, right? What?
Not on the spectrum.
Maybe he is on the spectrum technically.
I don't know,
because he does have. I guess mental illness wouldn't mean that you're on the spectrum.
He's like bipolar, I'm pretty sure. I think that's what he is. But like he also, I remember, because I watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That's the only way how I know about Kanye. Don't judge.
Yeah.
No problem.
But he doesn't take his medication because it like impacts his creativity, like kind of just.
Well, at that point you have to be like, like how much are we responsible for him? But then again, it's like, are you exploiting him just because he's currently going through a break and you can see there's money off of it? You can make money off of it. Yeah. So, but I'm sure like that probably was like, shit, man, come on.
Yeah,
Kanye.
I said no, Kanye, come on, man.
What do you say about Hitler?
Yo, he had so many hot takes. I don't want to go through it, but there was, and that spanned like a year.
Yeah.
He was saying so many, my gosh.
Were you there trying to hold on? Sorry, you're like, come on, man, you're gonna come out with like a apology, and it's all gonna be good.
Kanye, like, an apology.
After you said that one part, I am God, I said astaghfirullah. This guy lost me at that point.
But he's been going off. He's been saying like stuff like that for a while now. He's been more open about it, of course, recently, right? Yeah. But then he went off.
I feel like you kind of just have to start separating the art from the artist.
Yeah,
just let him be himself, but you appreciate his
R.
work.
Kelly, right?
No. No. That's the only one.
I was gonna leave that alone. I was like, I'm not gonna bring that part up.
That's the only one where I'm like, nah, I can't do it.
Okay.
That one's just too, like, Diddy's teetering on that too.
Yeah, Diddy has been recently teetering on that too.
He's there now.
He is?
No, but like nothing's been like exposed.
Proven.
Nothing's been exposed.
He's like in that Michael Jackson realm. No,
Michael Jackson proved his innocence.
Did he?
I think so.
Did he prove his innocence?
I honestly have no clue.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I thought he proved his innocence.
Maybe he did, but there's still all those rumors and stuff like that, right? So same thing with Diddy. Like he didn't prove his innocence because he just paid off the girl.
Yeah,
I think that proved his guilt. He was guilty.
Yeah, in a way. For sure.
But that's the whole thing. It's like sometimes what he's saying essentially, or what some people who are defending him are saying, is that like he paid her off because he just didn't want the names to be exposed on the inside. Like he did it to protect the people who would have been named in the filings. No, y'all ain't okay. You know what? Did he be out here? I don't. Playing with some guys.
After that seeing parts of that case that was she wrote, and I said, yeah, this is wild. And the fact that in 24 hours, that's a fast turnaround.
Yeah,
that's a crazy turnaround.
So it is.
He was trembling in
he
his
was
booth.
like, yo, I just forget it. How much money?
I'll double it.
Basically. Just let's get this over with.
That's crazy.
And this is kind of a tangent because I don't want to lose it. We were talking about this right before we start recording about like the people with jackets.
Oh,
we had a live the other day, literally yesterday night, and a topic did you know about this? So there's a whole thing coming out here where guys are saying that like women.
It's not guys. It was like a TikTok sheikh.
Oh, like was it? Okay. Well, TikTok sheikh came out saying that women should be wearing their jackets under their abayas because the jackets show too much of their shape.
Yeah,
a winter jacket.
It's tabarruj. Like if they wear their jacket over their abaya, then you can see their shape, and it's.
And I didn't know that. I thought this was a joke at first.
No.
Did you hear about this?
No. I'm trying to understand what's the point of the jacket then.
I'm saying like, I think in the live I made a point. I was like, doesn't the abaya kind of show off more than a jacket would? Because I'm just thinking about someone with a jacket on. Like, is it when they zip it up?
Well, someone in the comments was saying like they're referring to those short puffer jackets that are like right above your butt.
Yeah.
So like, but either way, like the purpose of a jacket is not to be showing your body. I don't know. Like,
it's supposed to keep you warm.
Right.
I can't even think the practicality. You're gonna put a jacket and then you're gonna put a abaya on top of the jacket.
That doesn't make sense.
I think it's just part of this whole like the Muslim podcast side of TikTok. That's been kind of going crazy.
Muslim male podcast. Okay, let's get it right.
There's some stuff going on there too. But like, I think they're just running out of content to talk about stuff to like, what?
No, because like this phenomenon of like men commenting on how women dress has been going on forever. Like it's always been.
No, but like they're running out of like, because there's already been counterpoints for all the things, but like this is something new that I don't think any of us have heard of before.
The jacket thing.
When it comes to jackets,
when I saw it, I'm not looking at that when you're looking at a girl.
Exactly. That's when I heard it. I was like, I've literally never crossed my mind.
Exactly.
Right.
I know.
So I was so confused by that. And
do they think we put on our jacket like, ooh, yeah, I look good?
See,
the better question is who looked at the jacket, and said, yeah, that's a problem.
Exactly. Oh, she's trying to stay warm. That's a problem.
That's a problem.
No, that's like, look, I don't like talking about religion on the podcast just because I feel
like fiqh, like.
No, I know, but like I think sometimes, like you said, I think people are running out of things to talk about, and they see how successful some of the guys are when they're saying like hot takes on the podcast, and it involves religion intertwined in it. Yeah, and that's what I think that person was doing. Yeah,
because it's kind of hard, like when someone. Because technically you are supposed to cover yourself.
No one's arguing that.
Yeah, but then the rest of it is like what's considered covering your aura, and all that stuff is up to opinion at that point. So when that's up to opinion, like people can kind of like start pushing it more. I think I even made the point. I was like, at that point, you're basically saying like, how if I came out with opinion saying like, showing any shape at all is prohibited, so you have to start wearing boxes. You have to start wearing cardboard boxes outside. I'm just saying, like, you can take it to certain extremes, and like, of course, there are different levels to it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, as long as someone's covering their aura, like that comes up to opinion.
Even that.
After that, it becomes up to opinion.
Yeah. There's levels of modesty.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think, like, if you're trying to encourage sisters to cover up, that's not the way to go about it. Like,
yeah,
because then you're gonna, then the girls are wearing that abaya. Like, what if, for example, if someone's really trying to go towards that route, and then they just get attacked for wearing, and saying, yo, you don't see what I came from and what I'm trying to do right now.
Exactly.
And then you make them feel shame about trying to go back to religion.
Yeah. There's like that girl. We had a girl on there. I forget her name now. It was like Ayaban or something like that. But she made the point like now that because of with Islamic Muslim TikToks in general being very popular, and a lot of people are reverting back to Islam, like
they could be turned off.
They're being turned off. They could be turned off by it. Exactly. And even some new reverts, if they start seeing this, they're gonna start like being like, "What have I joined here?" And maybe even like kind of questioning what they've joined.
Yeah, exactly.
That and like I think, you know, when you're thinking about it from like just something simple as like wearing hijab, like a lot of people might struggle because they feel like, okay, my lifestyle doesn't match up to like the outward appearance of someone wearing hijab, or I'm not ready because the environment that I'm in, it's not safe, or you know, whatever the reasons are. And so if you're putting all these restrictions of like, oh, you can't show your shape with an abaya, like as people are trying to take their steps to become more modest, if you're going to make it harder for them, like they're just going to either be discouraged and not do it, or they will reject it. Yeah, which is even worse, I think.
Yeah, because if someone starts rejecting something, they may say something that might actually,
you know what I mean, impact their belief.
Their belief, exactly.
Right.
But the reason that I brought up male podcasts is because something I also heard from Sara is that you kind of caught some shots from a podcast for posting certain content about like male. I
don't know if you knew about that.
No, I have no.
Oh, you didn't know about this? Oh, how do you know about this?
I could have sworn I like saw it, like their clip, and then someone was mentioning your in the comments, and I was like,
oh,
okay, interesting.
Well, essentially, what the guys were talking about on that podcast, from what I've heard, you can explain it better. Yeah, she can explain
they
it
were
better.
basically saying like it's like a group of guys, and they were saying that men on TikTok are considered, the sassy men.
Oh, the sassy man. Yeah.
That thing. And they were saying like guys shouldn't be doing like get ready with me videos and like whatever. I don't know. They were like hating on it, but they're like, why do we need to know how a man gets ready? And so I just think like obviously they missed the shot, but how do you do you enjoy watching the same kind of content that you put out?
Look, on my For You page is a lot of Get Ready With Me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
for
me, any Drew Wells? What's his name again?
Yeah, Drew Wells is my guy.
You don't know about Drew Wells?
No.
You're missing on the side of TikTok.
Yeah, you're missing on that side.
Did you not see Drake's recent post? He did a parody. Did you see it?
Oh, is that what that thing was? It's
yeah.
Well,
Drake,
I didn't know.
because you know how Drew Wells is always using Drake's songs on his TikTok.
Yeah.
Drake actually made a Drew Wells video of him like going
like
throughout
everything.
his day.
Oh, the Target guy.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't go to Target because it would have been mad thing if he actually went. But he like did it in his own place where he's just chilling. You know, he's sitting on the couch. He has the tripod set up, of course. He goes into the shower. It shows him getting into like the tub and all that stuff. I gotta show you guys after this. But
I saw the video and like there are girls now. They're like, you follow Drake's skincare routine.
Yo, he actually had a pretty good skincare routine.
He's using Caudalie. I was like, okay, I'm impressed.
The guy's cologne collection is crazy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like people probably sending him stuff every day. I've seen Aisha, my own sister. She gets stuff boxes every week.
Every week?
So I wouldn't be
every
surprised.
Every day almost.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like Drake had to have a warehouse for all the stuff being sent to him, right?
Probably.
So he's got like probably years worth of that stuff left over. But so Drew Wells is like one of the most popularized examples right now of people. Is it Drew Wells? Am I saying it right? It's like Drew Wells 10 or something like that.
I just called him the Target guy.
Yeah, there you go. Everybody knows.
So if I search him up,
if you search up the Target,
search up Target guy.
Okay,
he's like the first one that pops up.
Yeah, because essentially what he does is that he like goes literally like a regular day. When I say regular day, it's like not going out and doing stuff. He's literally just getting up. He gets ready, eats his food, goes to the gym. Are you watching it right now?
Yeah, I can see the parallels between Drake's video and his.
Yeah. There you go.
He literally films himself shopping at Target.
Like walking into the shop, going into the aisles.
Why?
No, everything was like, I'm not gonna lie, everything wasn't that wild. To me,
it was not that wild.
The only part that made me go, whoa, this is a whole different level is when he put the video of him buying the item with the cashier. That part made me go, yeah.
That's the one that people start parodying first. Or like the cashier who sees like Drew starting to film him on the bus, trying to act cool.
They have to make sure they get every single item.
Exactly. but do you feel like have you ever done any like public filming of your day getting ready with me, or like
when I was doing the 75-day hard, that was public.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was public. Because I remember I took my bike. I went biking on Lakeshore, and then when I got to the CN Tower, popped up. I didn't have a
tripod.
Stand. But I took my phone. I put on. I remember I balanced it on. Remember the train in front of the CN Tower?
Yeah.
I balanced it in front of the train. I was making walks in and out to get the angle right with my bike, and I was like, all right, cool. Got it. Yeah. So like I understand the whole thing. I mess with it. Really, honestly,
Did you have any initial like
fear? Yeah. At the beginning, I did, because I was thinking, oh, what would people think about this? The other people that are looking around me. Yeah. And then they hit me and said, yo, I'm never seeing these people ever again. Like everybody around me, I'm not seeing you again, even at the gym. Like I see you all the time at the gym, so like there's nothing gonna be really bothering me at that point.
I wish I had that, but like, because I've always wanted to. Sometimes I film like gym content, showing people like how to properly do deadlifts, squats, all that kind of stuff. But the thing about a gym is that you literally do see those people every day, so you are gonna see them again.
True.
So I always feel like kind of more awkward trying to do it inside there.
I used to think like that too, and I said to myself, yo, same thing. I never spoke to you guys in the gym before.
Yeah.
And if you guys see me on TikTok, I'm not gonna lie, there's another 10 other people that are doing the same thing here. Yeah. So it's just I'm the guy that has the stand. That's the only difference. Yeah. So I said, yeah.
So now you've invested in a stand?
Yeah, I got a stand.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I got a stand now.
You gotta get one of those like
now.
Yeah. I got a light and everything, you know?
Yeah. So what were we talking about originally? We were talking about the guys, the Sassy podcast thing.
Yeah. I think I mean, not to hate on them. I just think like everyone's in their own lane. I don't think you have to hate on someone just because they're doing something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you could probably make the same critiques. Of course, it would be like worded differently, but of men who are making podcasts, or even us making podcasts, anyone making some type of content.
Exactly.
You can always critique it in some way, find some like thing that they're doing. 100%. But at the end of the day, if someone's just doing something because it makes them happy, and they just want to put it out there, or they feel like maybe you can help someone, why discredit them for it, right?
Right.
Like you said at the beginning of the podcast, like it doesn't matter of like where you began, or like how you got there, but it's just if you're doing something, you know.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be that person who's gonna be commenting and saying, "Oh my God, why are you doing this? What are you doing this? What are you doing this?" 0 followers, but they're following every single person under the sun. It's like, you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. If whatever makes you happy, whatever you want to just do something, then by all means, just do it.
So you don't let the comments get to you?
Negative. I used to. Yeah. At the beginning, I said, bro, what? This guy. When I used to do like hair content, I still do, but when I was doing at the beginning, I used to do like a lot of like get with my hairs and stuff. Yeah. And then I used to get flamed in the comments. And then I used to delete them. And then I said, you know what? Pause. I'm liking these. This is
exactly.
LOL. This is great jokes.
Hey, any engagement these days is good engagement. I'm telling you right now.
That's like me though, because I'm the one that handles our social media mostly, right? So whenever people like, we don't always get negative comments, but when we do, I don't even just like delete them. I actually respond. Yeah. And so I'll tell him, you're like, you know, like last week someone said this about us. You know, I think we should change this up. He's like, why are you reading it? Like just because he doesn't. Like now I think you read them more, right?
Yeah, like now I'm definitely reading them a lot more, yeah.
Yeah, like, but in the earlier days, like we also didn't get that many comments. So I would see it for sure and I'd be like, that's kind of mean.
That's kind of mean. You just be sitting there and then you just like it. You're like, you know what? And I'll comment back to them and be like, oh my God, that's a hilarious joke. I never thought about that. And then there's a whole feed. Like, what was it? I think one of the first videos I did, like the first like vlog video. Yeah. There was a whole argument.
Why?
I can't remember. I deleted. I'm not gonna. If you go
between you and no,
just people are commenters and saying, "Oh my God, this is look at the way he's doing. Yeah, he's acting gay there.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. And then people,
Sassy comments.
Yeah, Sassy comments, right? And then a lot of people's like, "No, he's not. You're just jealous." And
hey, at least they're defending you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, this is pure entertainment. Like. And then but all those past videos I took down because I don't know if you guys see it right now. Music, a lot of music on my TikTok is what I took off of TikTok. So I don't play like a lot of videos. I just have either me talking or voiceovers. Like I took a lot of music, so a lot of my videos are gone. Yeah, but I just kept the likes. You know, you could just arcade them.
Yeah,
so keep the likes up.
Yeah. That's definitely been something I've been more aware of too.
Like, what inspired you to delete those those videos, or I guess remove them?
I'm not gonna lie, not just. I got to it's just an age thing, or not even an age thing. I just like I was be more focusing on Deen, honestly. Yeah. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm not perfect, but there's something you can control, right?
Yeah.
So I said, let me just take music out of the.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of content creators have been doing that recently. Like with some content creators specifically, have been being more diligent on like what they're posting and like what the background sound is and all these things, just to make sure that like. In the future when they look back at it, they don't feel like some type of way about it. Yeah, exactly. Or at least they don't feel like they have to delete their whole catalog.
It's like the Chunks effect, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Except Miss Keen, they clowned him for singing to Chris Brown.
Did they?
Did you guys?
I saw that video.
Did you see it?
I saw that video.
I didn't see it.
He was like in a club or something, and he was singing. Oh my god, what was that song called? Anyways, a Chris Brown song that was like popular on TikTok. Yeah. And the way that the video was shot made it look like Chunks was like singing to him. But like Chris Brown's just like not paying attention at all, so it just like looked embarrassing.
He probably doesn't care, man.
He doesn't,
he doesn't care.
Chunks? Nah, no, that guy's a different guy, man.
I think he just like laughs about it. Yeah. But it's kind of like
the man got Idris Elba on his podcast. He doesn't. No one has to talk to him after this.
100%,
no one can talk to him.
100%.
I know. He's doing 100%. Big things, mashallah. But
yeah. But just to get back on you here, we're gonna focus. Even though we're already talking about you, right? So I saw you recently posted a video about like 2024. Just do it, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and we were also talking about a couple episodes with Aisha about setting goals and like what was the thing we mentioned to do?
Like a quarterly calendar. So instead of doing
like that
2024 goals, you're gonna do like a 90-day, like for the next 3 months, this is what I'm gonna try to accomplish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So do you have any like major goals? Is it centered around this content, or is it like something else is maybe adjacent to it?
Content, but it's like I also like New Year, new me. Thinking everybody's on that New Year, new me wave and stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's why I made that video saying, "Yo, forget the New Year, new me. Just New Year, new me. Whatever you want to do, just do it."
Yeah.
And there was a lot of things for the past like few months that I was not really not focusing on, but more of like
you weren't consistent with it.
Yeah, I was putting on the back burner, and then I said to myself, you know what? Let me just do it. So like career wise, content wise, physical activity. Like one major thing right now I'm looking forward to, I haven't started posting a lot on TikTok. This would be like the pre is I'm planning on running the marathon.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which marathon? Like just
the Toronto marathon in like May.
How many kilometers? That's 52 kilometers. How many kilometers?
It's like 42.
42 kilometers?
Like running straight?
Yeah, running straight, yeah.
Damn.
You want to do it?
I'm trying to get my sisters and them to get ready. I'm like, my friends, come on. We're not doing that. I said,
how do you even like practice for that?
You run every day?
You have to go, what's it called? I found a video. Not video. There's an app on my phone that's like planning out my runs and everything. And then so
42 kilometers.
42 kilometers. Yeah.
Oh, is it almost like a workout program where it's like, okay, this week you're doing 5 kilometers. This week you're doing 6, and then like it incrementally increases from there.
It was more like we'll just focus on your cardio. It wasn't me on how much kilometers you're gonna run.
Yeah.
It's more like, okay, we're gonna do 20 minutes. You're gonna do a consistent run, and then 15 minutes of a slow pace run.
Yeah.
And 5 minutes of walking, and then another week is gonna be straight strength training to get your, obviously, to get your legs ready and everything for that.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing now. And then in addition to that is...
Wait, when is the marathon?
The marathon's on May 5th.
You ain't gonna be here.
What? Oh, no. I'm not ready for no marathon. No. I'm powerlifting. My joints will not be able to handle a marathon. Right? Nah, not at all.
I learned the hard way last year.
Yeah.
I ran the 10 kilometer.
Okay, that's doable.
Let me tell you something. That morning, I signed up for the 10 kilometer like 2 days, a week beforehand. But it's only 10 kilometers. Went for that run.
Yeah.
3 days. 3 days done. My shins were finished. I said I was not prepared for this.
See, that's the one thing. The shins, people don't realize like the shin splints are real. Because I think I did.
Real, yeah.
Remember when COVID started, like there was no gym. There was nothing to do. Yeah. So that's when I started running.
Yeah.
And I started doing immediately I started doing 5Ks every other day or every day for that most part. And after like the third day, I was like, what is this pain? And it literally feels like your bone at the front of your shin is like about to like split because it just feels like a bunch of like weird hairs, the sharp pain.
That's terrifying.
It's the worst feeling, man.
I went to the hospital. I said,
no, you didn't.
I did after the 2 days because my shins were like, it felt like I broke something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
it's really weird pain.
So then I went to the hospital. The man's like, yo, did you like long distance run? I was like, yeah. He's like, you have it's like shin splints, but they say basically it feels like you broke a muscle.
Yeah,
you did not broke a bone, but it's not. It's just you overworked your leg. And I said, yeah. He's like, did you practice for that run?
Yeah.
I said, no. I just woke up that morning and said, yo, let me go for that run.
That's so wild.
We're East African, bro. Like I feel like it's built in us.
That's what I thought. I was like, yeah, we could do this.
Exactly. That's what I thought too when I started running. I was like, I used to do this when I was a kid. No problem.
Nah. You guys have too much faith in our genes. I don't know.
Did you never do long distance running when you were younger?
No, I did a triple jump.
You did triple jump?
I did a triple jump.
You know how to... I didn't know that we had that in us.
I used to do that.
I did a triple jump.
I remember in like elementary school how they used to have like, I don't know if they did that at your school, but they had like track day or like
track and field.
Track and field. Yeah.
But like it wasn't the actual track and field. It was a day where they found out who was good at it. So they would make you do different things. Yeah, the tryouts.
I remember that.
So they'd have you do run. They'd have you triple jump. They would have you standing long jump, and like they had different sand pits for it and everything.
Yeah.
Did they make you do that too?
Yeah, that's what they made. Everybody doing that. Everybody doing that, and then they're like, okay, yeah, you're doing the triple jump.
Yeah.
I said, all right, bet.
I'm surprised they were like East African. You're going for the long run.
I remember that. Damn.
Okay, so you said your goal for running. So you're gonna center a lot around your content, a lot of your content around your.
I feel like a few weeks say a lot about my marathon stuff.
So you already have this all planned out.
Yeah, I already had this planned out, stuff like that. And then other than that, it's like career wise, just on like personal career goals, and then other stuff was like just release a lot more content.
Yeah,
I was only releasing content maybe like once every 2 weeks, once every other month. Like, before I wasn't that consistent. Yeah. I'll get numbers. Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I just like live down with my life, right?
Yeah.
And I said, this year, you know what? Let me at least every other day.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot.
Because hopefully.
Yeah, like the thing about the internet, I've already talked about this. Like it's all about consistency.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not consistent, the algorithm will forget about you, and the internet will forget about you. So you kind of have to like, even though it eventually does become like a job in a way, because the moment you drop off, like I mentioned, like you won't be, if you try and come back, it won't be the same.
Yeah.
And like you continue to like cut into it until no one's watching you again, right?
Yeah.
But that's just the game basically of the internet, right? You're just constantly trying to
don't you remember like when we first started posting clips, and I'd be like, maybe if I like all the little tricks that they say would work and get you views, like post it and then quit the app, like close it on your phone and don't open it. And I would tell him like, don't go on the app, I just posted a clip. He's like, Sara, you're crazy. It's not
like
work.
I never believed a lot of those like tricks,
low-key
tips
still
and
works,
tricks. Does it actually?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Do you know about these tricks? Do you do any tricks that you don't know?
Somebody told me about like a TikTok idea. Is like, okay, so you post a video.
Yeah.
You don't touch it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Then you come back in those 2 hours. Any comments, you respond back to those comments, and then you don't click the notifications. So you let that number go up.
Yeah.
You just go back to your video and see the video thing. And I say, yo, this is a lot of work. Let me just post a video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on with my life.
I'm
gonna come back at me on, and then I'm not gonna let the dopamine hit. Yeah. You come back hours later, you're like, oh, yo, 99. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So are you strictly just on TikTok then, or are you not doing YouTube?
Like only right now is TikTok and Instagram. I'll just do whatever video.
But do you plan on doing YouTube at all? I feel like YouTube is like, because YouTube, first off, in Canada specifically, is the only way you can really get like some type of monetization for what you're doing.
Yeah.
One thing a lot of people don't know is that like when you start on YouTube, you can't monetize right away.
Yeah.
You have to get like the minimum 4,000 watch hours. You have to get a minimum 1,000 subscribers. It takes time.
Yeah.
It took us like a year to even get there.
It did.
But the moment you do that, then usually the algorithm will be a lot more friendly to, because like, oh, now we can put ads on your stuff, right? So the ball will start rolling.
Okay, so you're saying it just never, I came across my mind before, but then right now I was like, let me just focus on what's working for me.
Yeah.
And then once I see this is growing, then let me I haven't thought there yet.
Thought that far.
Yeah, but it's like, let me just make TikTok videos and Instagram, and then see where it goes. I used to think about making YouTube before, like when everybody was making vlogs or whatever. Yeah, that era. I just never started. So that's why I was saying for this year, that regret that I was having of never starting. Yeah. Let me just do it. Let's just do it. So whatever I'm doing right now, let me focus on that.
Yeah.
Before because what's that saying? I don't know the saying, but when you have so much things on your plate, you're not really focused on anything. You're not really going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, let me focus on these certain things. Once I had these correct and like everything situated, then you can start adding on. Okay, let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do this. Because editing, I'm not gonna lie, CapCut, I got that. Yeah. But when it gets to YouTube, you gotta do what?
Adobe Premiere, or like DaVinci, something like that. Yeah.
So,
but sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but at the end of the day, like you said, you just gotta do it, right?
Yeah.
You just gotta start. Yeah.
There's a Nike logo right there.
Yeah.
But let's say you get the content stuff down. Like, do you have any aspirations for like what you can do creatively in the real world? Like, I know you said you were into fashion, and like Kanye's your influence when it comes to your fashion choice, or what do you call it? Like fashion,
like an inspiration.
Yeah. So like, did you ever think, oh, maybe I should like start maybe making some
like
items?
Clothing? Yeah. Again, those are a lot of things like down the line. Like I said, at the beginning,
it's down the line. But have you ever thought about it?
Yeah, I've thought about it. Like starting make my own clothing brand, whatever. They were also thinking about names of it.
Yeah.
Also all the stuff I was thinking about doing. Not even clothing, like also like accessories. Like I fell in love with like glasses, and things like those in those realms.
That's such a privilege. Some of us are actually blind.
My bad.
Because I did see, actually, I didn't know. I think, did we meet at the Up1 podcast? They had a gala.
Were you guys there?
We were there. I remember I saw you, but I was like, I've seen like a couple of your TikToks. I'm like, oh, maybe we should go say hi. And then I chickened out.
I didn't know about you yet. But then I saw that you posted. I was like, "Oh, that other guy looks familiar." I remember seeing the other guy with the heart glasses. I was like, "Oh, he was there."
Yeah.
So I guess we never crossed paths when you did, because we kind of left pretty quickly, right?
That was like our first. What year was that? 2022.
Yeah, 2021.
2021.
2021.
Wasn't
no 2022. 2022. My bad. It was right when COVID ended. Yeah.
I was about to say. I was like, "Yo, what are we playing out here?"
Yeah, but like I remember. I don't know if you remember, but like that was our first time going anywhere as a podcast, and so I was like, oh my god, like no one's gonna know who we are. Like this is so like I felt so anxious that day, and I was like, Amir, like I know you're the introvert between the two of us, but like you got this, you handle all the conversation.
I'm good with like social stuff, right? Like I can talk to people for hours if I need to, right? So
yeah, I couldn't do it.
How are you connected to the Up1 podcast? Like, did you know them just from listening to them?
I knew them through like a lot of like friends, like mutual friends, plus the era when everybody was on Clubhouse.
Oh my god, you were on Clubhouse?
Who wasn't?
Yeah, him.
Oh, you didn't have Clubhouse?
Android.
I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna lie. No, that was an era. Clubhouse was an era.
I missed out on that era. So, to the point where like
I know what you're gonna say.
I took my mom's phone and like downloaded the Clubhouse app just so I can get in some of the conversations. But of course, by the time I thought about that, Clubhouse was already like dying out.
Yeah, it was dying out.
That was like a hot flash. Like it just came in, everybody was on it for a minute, and then it was just gone.
It's actually crazy. Like if you think to that era, like I wish you got to experience it, because the way like I would run to like. I would be working like day job at home, and I have Clubhouse in the background. Like it's so crazy. And then I'd be up until like 1, 2 a.m. and I have work at 8. I don't know why, but the conversations were always so good. I'm like, I have to listen to this. And that I think was like in 2020. So before we started the podcast. And I think just from listening to these conversations, I'm like, yeah, we're starting a podcast. Yeah. Definitely.
And she said she had to wake up at 8 o'clock, but she's working from home.
Yeah.
And then she was waking up at 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Don't expose me.
She wake up, put on the laptop, make sure she looks like she's on Teams, and then put it back.
Log in, close my head, knock right back out.
She hear notification.
What do you mean, guys? I was 10 steps ahead. I downloaded Teams on my phone.
Oh yeah, I heard about that trick too.
So I'd just be like, good morning, everyone. Go back to sleep.
Yeah, everybody was learning about different tricks where you can like move your mouse.
Yeah,
working from home, work 100% was a crazy time, man. I can't.
Oh, I miss it.
Yeah, now I can't even. What job are you working in? What do you work in? Sorry.
Right now, no. Right now I'm transitioning.
Oh, okay. But when you were working, did you work from home at all?
I did work from home one time, yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say,
wasn't it like the best?
I'm not gonna. It was the GOAT.
Yeah, right.
It was right.
Going to the office is ghetto. Huh? Sorry for my employer who's listening, but
how many do you want now?
2, but like they're
that's nothing.
No, but here's the thing. Like, I actually have to be in on certain days. So sometimes I'm in like 3-4 times. Yeah. And those days, like nobody talked to me. I don't want to see. I'm mad. I don't want to be here. Like, and they're trying to like get everyone to come in like 3 or 4 times a week, like permanent now. Yeah. I'm like really holding out as long as I can. Yeah. So we'll see. But for now,
you can be like, hey, I'm gonna leave if y'all don't like.
They'll be like, okay, go.
Oh, is it really that disposable? What?
Yeah, like I'm replaceable. Like.
Oh, okay.
All right, then
you got to make sure you're.
You got to make sure you have another spot lined up. Then. Yeah.
Inshallah, this podcast is lucrative.
Exactly.
We'll see.
Yeah. Did you ever have? Speaking about that, like, didn't you ever have like aspirations to be like, maybe I can make this like a full-time thing?
That would be. That would be wonderful. Like, just like, yo, let me stop everything. Yeah. But at the same time, I saw videos like, yo, listen, if you have a 9 to 5 and you do content creating, yo, that's 2 sources of income.
That's true.
Means, you can't throw away. Like if it's not hindering, with your career, then by all means, continue, and then whatever pays you more, then
you have a sponsorship with Denman, right?
Denman Brush, yeah.
So like, not like a little taste of what you could.
That opened up, but I was like, yeah, but I didn't say okay, so I'm gonna quit everything.
no, of course.
Wait, what's Denman?
Oh my god, it's like the
hairbrushes,
hairbrush company.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. You're doing a lot of hair content.
I was doing a lot of hair
right?
content, and then
yeah. Did you delete the hair content?
No, I kept it.
Because I went on your page earlier, I was like, oh, I didn't see any hair.
I thought you kept that up, right?
Yeah, no, the one that had music on it.
Yeah,
I deleted.
Okay.
And then I made another one that just didn't have music on it.
Oh, okay. And did you originally start with just hair content? I can't remember now.
No, that I just started off just doing random things.
Oh yes, you said the skits, right?
The skits.
Okay, but the hair content is what hit.
Hair content and like the day-to-day life.
Of your 75
hard. And then I was like, yo, let me just continue going down this route. So basically, I'll say I'm like a lifestyle fashion.
Which is like a good spot to be in because it's so versatile. Like you can literally film anything.
Yeah, exactly. You just go any route at that point. Yeah.
Your background is Oromo, right?
Yeah.
So first off, have you been to Ethiopia before?
Inshallah, one day.
You've never been?
Bro, I've never been to Africa.
You've been? Well, yeah, I guess. Usually, whenever we go to Africa,
you go to Ethiopia. But I mean, like I've never. My first time traveling was last year.
What?
I've never been on a plane that had an aisle. You know, the middle, the aisles.
Yeah. So what were you doing like
before life? I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was doing.
How old are you then?
I'm old enough.
I was gonna say like, wait, you never. Okay, so
did you have a passport?
No, I always had a passport.
You just chose not to use it?
Not to choose. It's like every single time that I want to go, it's a run-on joke with my friends. You don't understand. Every single time that I had an opportunity to go somewhere, something in family or life or something just came up. And then 2020, I said I am traveling,
and it's COVID.
And then COVID hit. And then for 3 years, I was just waiting and waiting. I couldn't do anything. And then finally last year, I said everything's aligned. I got time off of work.
Yeah.
Where are all the places you went to?
I went to Spain. I went to London. I went to Amsterdam.
Oh, okay. So I went to Spain at the same time, maybe.
Yeah. When did you go to Spain?
We went in like May last year.
Was it May? Yeah, May.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Were you there at the same time?
I was there. I believe we were there in May or we were there in April. We went after Ramadan.
I think we went after Ramadan too.
Yeah, we went after Ramadan, yeah.
Okay, we were in the same city.
We just crossed paths.
Exactly.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to like Cordoba, Alhambra. Well, Alhambra is the building.
Granada.
Granada.
Yeah.
And Sevilla.
Okay.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
I went to Granada.
Yeah.
And I wish you got a chance to see Alhambra. We didn't get a chance to go there.
What?
When we got there, we thought, we can just buy the tickets when we get there.
Yeah.
The tickets had like 2 weeks sold out.
Is it really?
Shoot.
Yeah. Because the time when we went was when the university students were done school.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people were traveling into the city that time.
Yeah.
So it was packed, and then they said, "Yo, for 2 weeks, you can't."
Yeah.
Honestly, that's maybe the one thing that may make me post a vlog. We went there and we vlogged the whole experience there. The one part of it I might post is the Alhambra. I don't think we did, right?
We didn't post anything.
Yeah, we didn't post that one yet.
Okay.
So maybe I'll post it because there's a lot in there.
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's so
and they kept a
beautiful.
lot of the architecture alive, or at least what do they call it? Not preserved. They preserved it and also restored it.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful inside there. So if you ever get the chance to go back, I'm just saying.
I have to because we went to Malaga after.
Yeah.
And then Malaga, they also had a fortress there. I can't remember the name of the fortress. So we went in that fortress. And then the man was like, "All right, so if you guys like this, you would have loved Alhambra." And we're like, "Yo, this place is beautiful."
Yeah.
And we didn't get a chance to see. We were just there. And we didn't get a chance to see that one. Like,
But if you ever do go back, make sure you get a Muslim
tour guide.
They'll teach you the history that they don't, they don't really talk about. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. So that was really a good experience. But where else did you go? You went to?
And then I went to Amsterdam and London.
Amsterdam. So just those 3 spots. You went in one trip.
And in the span of like 2 months.
In span of 2
Oh
months.
wow!
Yeah,
So you came back.
Came back.
Yeah.
And then went again.
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah.
Don't worry. In the next few years, I'm going to travel more.
Basically, that's the goal. That's the goal. So like Africa. And my mom went to Ethiopia right after I came back. And then she was like, "Come with me." I said, I spent so much money in the past month and a half. So I said, you guys go have fun. Then I'll watch over the house. And then she sent me.
But you plan on going, inshallah?
Inshallah, I have to. I can't.
You gotta go feed the hyenas.
I gotta do all of that.
Yeah.
The reason I asked first off for Oromo. Now that I know you didn't go, I'll go into the next part there. Okay? So like, how big is the Oromo community in Toronto in general?
It's not that huge, honestly.
Is it as connected? Because I'm trying to find out.
Yeah, it's very connected.
Okay, it is. Because I'm trying to find out like how similar other communities are. Because we had Zaki Ziku on here a few episodes ago, and he was telling us about the Eritrean community and like how he didn't know that there are like other, what was he saying? He's like, he didn't know that there were other like Muslim Ethiopian groups or something like that. I forget what he mentioned specifically, but he just thought like that it was just them.
Yeah.
He didn't know about like the Hararis and like now there's Oromos out here too.
Yeah.
So like, do you guys have similar events to us? Like we have, you've heard about Kuba, you've been there.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Exactly. So do you guys have similar events like that?
Yeah, we do.
Specifically for Oromos?
Yeah, I think every diaspora has it. Somali has it. The Ethiopians have it.
Yeah.
Oromos have it. And then, but the Oromos always have it in Minnesota, and they had it one time here.
Is there a big?
It's huge.
I don't know. Is there a big Oromo community in Minnesota?
There's a street. There's a street in Minnesota called Oromo Street.
No, really?
Yeah.
Like officially called Oromo Street.
There Oromo and Somali.
Yeah.
Bang. That's how big they are in
Damn.
Like you probably get like recognized. I'm not recognized, but confused with Somali a lot of times. Don't you?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. When I was in Minnesota, I'm thinking that's gonna happen. No. I say I'm Oromo. Oh yeah, I know what Oromo are. But if I say I'm Oromo here, they go like, I've never heard of that.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Maybe it's an East African thing. Like I feel like people know Oromo more than they do like Harari, for example.
Yeah.
Unless you're from Ethiopia.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But if I see someone from Kenya, and it's like, oh, are you Somali? No, I'm not Somali. They go, what are you? I'm Oromo. I've never heard about that.
What?
Then I'm like, I don't want to go into a whole politics.
Well, like, if you think about it, it's like saying like from Kenya. Do you know what the different tribes are or different ethnicities in Kenya are?
No.
Exactly. So I feel like it's the same idea, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I guess.
Like you hear about Ethiopia, it's not like you're gonna go into like the internal politics of Ethiopia to find out what different ethnicities are.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I'm always trying to find out like how similar the communities are. Like, do you guys have an Oromo community center?
Yeah, there's actually an Oromo community center. Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in the west. Kenhar, I think Kenhar Street. It's near Western Road.
So are there more Oromo people in the west side of the city?
There was a lot that used to live around Yorkdale. Then they moved out to like Brampton.
Yeah.
But there's also a very big community that also lives in Scarborough too. They're just everywhere, honestly. They're all over.
But originally when they all came here, because like for our parents, a lot of them, they came to like Jamestown area.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, same for you? No.
Bro, before I moved to Brampton, I lived in Jamestown.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
See, so I feel like a lot of people started there, and then for us specifically, like for the Harari community, a lot of us moved to Teesdale or to that area around Teesdale. You know about Teesdale?
Nah, I have no.
You know He's not an East Ender. He's not gonna know.
Teesdale's like next to like. Do you know Victoria Park Station?
Yeah.
Yeah, next to Victoria Park Station.
Okay.
We all moved there, and then everybody else kind of, after, people started making a little bit of money out here on their taxi jobs and stuff. And their hotel jobs. Yeah. They started moving to like Ajax and more of the East End.
Ajax was a newer move, I think, like in the last
Markham.
Markham.
Okay.
So what's the story with Oromos? Like, how does that work? Do you know a lot about that history?
The area I used to live. Yeah. In Jamestown, there was 2 Oromo families and 1 Harari family. That was the first time I ever met Harari.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That guy's my dog.
I probably know him.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, really?
He's very low key.
Oh, okay.
Extremely. Like, he doesn't go. Like,
he's in the West End?
And he's name out.
Deep West End, yeah. Huh?
Oh, I was going to say try us. We'll cut his name out.
It'll probably be like Zaki or like Hamdi or something.
Guys know a name.
We know several.
His sister's name is...
Those names sound so common. Like familiar. Oh. Exactly.
But they live in Brampton.
And they're light skinned?
Okay, I'm not gonna... Yeah.
Oh my god! No, those are my cousins. Stop.
No way. Yo.
So funny. Wait,
I told you, man. It's like 1 degree of separation out here.
Yeah, that's
everybody
crazy.
knows everybody, especially in the East African community.
Yeah. And then you're cousins with Aisha, right?
That's his sister.
She's my sister.
That's your sister.
Yeah. I'm the cousin.
You're the cousin.
There you go.
No, I saw your sister in Atlanta when I was with Waleed.
You know Waleed? Yes. That's also our family.
Yeah, he's my cousin too.
We're actually like his aunt and uncle. Yeah. So his dad and his grandma is our parent, like our mom's first cousin.
Oh, you guys are the social media family.
Yeah, for real.
Content creators.
Yeah.
I see where your inspirations are coming from. You guys are like, yo, if these guys can do it, I'm in there, man.
I think it helps.
Yeah.
I feel like like for the longest time, Aisha would always tell us like, you guys should start vlogging. Like she was telling me, she would tell him.
I started, okay, but these guys,
here's the story.
These guys, you know, they made fun of me for trying to to put myself out there and make content on the internet. They found one of my videos, they started laughing at me. Okay,
oh man,
I deleted everything.
I deleted
the whole channel.
Yeah, it was like gaming content.
It wasn't even gaming content. The original stuff was gaming content.
Okay.
Like I'd make those videos where like it'd be like how to get a free skin in this game, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And then I made an actual like vlogs type, not vlog style, but like
oh my god, I remember.
Talking to the camera, how a guy would like talk about a topic.
Like a dialogue. You made like a monologue.
Exactly. I did a video like that, and then they found it, and I was done after that.
If you knew Amir when he was, how old were you? Like
I was like
13?
16, something like that.
You were 16?
Yeah. I was definitely in high school when I made that.
That's funny.
It was on iMovie too.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, I think I like just got my laptop or something. Or maybe it was Movie Maker. Windows Movie Maker.
It was two things that could have happened. He could have had a villain story and then came out of there and made so many videos. Yeah. You'd be like, you know, these guys, they don't know my struggle. They don't know my passion.
I was a spiteful kid, man. I was spiteful. Honestly, that's the only reason I started working out originally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like now I'm like known as a workout guy, but the reason I started working out is because my sister was like, oh, you're never going to be consistent. You're not going to go back. You're not going to like do anything with it. And I was like, bet. And I just I made it my whole personality.
Mashallah, it worked out, bro. It worked out.
Alhamdulillah, I mean.
Yeah, but I was going to say like they are inspiration, but I was going to ask you about this too, but at the time, you know, like Aisha was really big into vlogging, and so we were comfortable with the camera being around us, but it's not our lives. Like we weren't the main character. We were kind of just like supporting cast, you know? Like occasionally we would do videos with her.
Yeah.
And then the thought of like having to carry a whole channel by myself or by himself, like just vlogging your life, I think that was like, I don't want people to know like the ins and outs of what I do every day. That's weird. So I never got into vlogging or anything like that until...
Oh, they tried a little bit. Okay.
When,
let's
not bring that up. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. But okay, that wasn't like vlogging though.
I guess no. It was more like monologue thing where you guys are talking.
Exactly. Thank God it's private enough.
Yeah, that's ripped from the internet. Like
like real quick. But when we decided to do the podcast, I felt like it was a good like happy medium for the both of us, and you can correct me if I don't want to speak for you, but like for me it felt like a happy medium because I was like, you know what, I can do what I enjoy without giving too much of myself like online.
Yeah,
no, that makes sense. Yeah,
until we started doing TikTok lives and everyone's invested in our love life,
and we started like low-key vlogging as well.
Yeah, so like even when we vlogged that trip, I think was that our first time vlogging?
Yeah,
and
it was
I
like
remember
first time
like
vlogging. Yeah,
looking back at the content, even when I went to Portugal and stuff like later in the year, and I was vlogging by myself because he didn't come with me.
Yeah,
and I was so like, I just felt so awkward. I'm like, how the hell does Aisha do this all the time? Like I can't, I don't feel comfortable. And like the friend that I was with didn't really want to be on camera, so it was just me all the time like, hey guys. It's just, yeah, not it.
Yeah, but you get used to it. Like it's something you kind of have to like,
yeah, you have to like build,
warm up to.
Yeah, for sure. So like, you know, because you vlog and stuff, do you feel like you still have that control over what you're showing and what you're not showing, or do you feel like the people that watch you are demanding like, show us more?
No. Like you also have like, you have to have some boundaries, right? You can't really show the whole everything, and the next thing you know, 5 years on, like he did this on the you know.
Yeah.
So now, like honestly, none of my friends like to be on video.
That's the thing. Yeah. Like the thing about I noticed is. Maybe it's a Toronto thing.
Yeah.
People out here just like to be low key.
They love being anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I can't. When I'm with my friends, I'll do like a sweep down of the table or a sweep down of like myself, but like no faces.
Yeah. You just see a bunch of hands.
Everybody's walking around like Wizard Kelly, you know.
Shout out to Proud Family.
Basically, yeah. So I was like, you know, I gotta keep it like that. But then I said to myself, you know, certain things I'm gonna show this, other stuff I'm gonna keep it PG and whatever, right? So it doesn't really bother me in a way. But like, at the end of the day, like I said, just post, right? You just make the video, because if you're gonna second guess yourself, who's really gonna make it? And then when it starts paying your bills, you know, you're not gonna start caring if you, hi guys, what's up? You know?
So,
that's true. I don't know, because I also felt like when we first started the podcast, or even before, like we would occasionally be on Aisha's channel and like she's got a really loyal fan base, and so they kind of just followed us because of our proximity. Like, oh, that's her cousin, that's her brother, whatever. And I wasn't doing content, but I felt like this pressure of like maintaining some kind of presence online, even if deep down I didn't want to. And even now I'm like, you know those moments when you're in those like moods, you're like, I just want to delete everything and start over. Yeah. Okay, maybe it's a girl thing. I don't know.
Do you have?
Sometimes I'm just like
I just want to like delete everything, right?
Just let me just cut all my hair off. Let me do a whole restart. Let me
pull up Britney, bro.
Yeah. You okay? Just do a whole restart. Yeah.
But you know, like, and then I'll stop myself because I'm like, no, because you know, like I need to be impressionable. People that like come to this page to see the podcast or whatever. So.
Also, it adds like to that whole thing we were talking about last week, or having positive influences online. Like the only way you can really show people what right thing to do is, or like how to properly interact with people. I don't know how exactly to word it. Versus what you see now, like with the guys and their TikTok and their podcast channels, like you guys have been mentioning, is by like, you know, being that better example. And you know, you have in the podcast space, we have this I feel like can be a positive example of what like a good positive Muslim discourse can be, or like discourse with Muslims can be, versus what you normally see online now.
And like I know I always say this, like you know, if you're a public figure or just like have a platform, there's a sense of responsibility, but you know, I also want to remind people that we're not perfect. And we're gonna make mistakes, and sometimes it's gonna be documented, you know. It is what it is. We'll try our best to like learn from it, of course, but I want to set like a realistic expectation rather than pretending like we're holier than thou, because we're not. And I'd rather not portray that either. Like I think it's better to just be real, and I think that's what people gravitate towards, like the authenticity, right? Rather than pretending to be Little Miss Perfect. Or
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I always thought, you know, we can, you know, try and be better and all that.
No, of course, always like strive for betterment, but like I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm perfect.
True.
You
doesn't make sense.
So,
but I wanted to go back to what we were talking about earlier with like, so speaking of like representing, you know, the positive, we like to speak about like our Harari background and all that stuff, and kind of put that to the forefront. I know that the Oromo community is a lot larger than ours.
Like
so
quadruple.
did you ever feel that like pressure, or did you feel like, not even pressure, like that feeling, oh, I want to kind of like represent Oromo people in general?
I would love to. The only issue is I can't really speak the language. So
but even for me, like I don't speak the language 100%. I understand it. I can speak like, I can do like small conversation, but I can't go into detail with what I currently know. So, but like, still, how much have you, or how much do you know about the culture, or like, have you been interested in like learning about more of your culture?
100%, 100%. Like you know the idea, because we're all diaspora, right?
Yeah.
And like we're going to be the next generation of like our parents.
Exactly.
And then I always said to myself, like, your only way your culture continues is like if you are the one that continues it, right?
Yeah.
So like, I grew up in a neighborhood that had like a lot of Somalis, and like people around the high school I went to had like a lot of Somalis and a lot of like Indians, or you went to Brampton, whatever.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really around Oromos as much. And then as I got older, I was like, you know what, like, what's my identity at this point?
Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna say I'm a Canadian. So I was like, you know what, let me nothing against Canada, I love Canada, but I was like, you know, I have to have something behind that. So the only thing that doesn't help is that everybody thinks I'm Somali.
True.
And then it gets into a whole like discourse. So
are you planning on like incorporating it into your content at all?
If I could speak the language, I would have made videos.
Not only speak, like, let's say.
No, I'm saying like, I mean like, I would have just made whole videos of just talking in the language. Like, you know, like voiceovers of me just speaking in Oromo. Like that would be like my dream if that would be something like that. But for sure. Right now, like I'll outfit, maybe Oromo
That's
outfit.
What I'm saying.
That'd be really cool. And I feel like that'd get a lot of views too.
You know, maybe those comments about you being Somali might die down.
Nothing against it, because I'm not gonna.
No.
Somalis, they ride for you.
We know.
They ride for you, man. Somalis are top tier. Like all my best friends are Somali, so like at the end of the day, it's all love. It's just.
You can be that representation, the Oromo representation.
Yeah, exactly. That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. It's like who's a content creator, an Oromo content creator. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's that guy. Yeah, so we'll see. But
and last thing I wanted to ask you know, because we always talk about this topic always comes up and stuff.
Yeah.
So like in the Harari community, we always have this like push, be like, you know, there's not a lot of you guys out there. You have to start getting married to each other. Right?
Yeah.
So is there that same push in the Oromo community or that pressure?
I think that's the pressure for like every community. It's not even like Oromos. Like all the parents, the whole idea with those parents want that, like our parents want that, is because they said that they want to have that communication with their parents.
Yeah.
To say like they don't want to go to the house and start speaking broken English to each other.
That's so true.
Yeah, so they're like, you know, like marry someone who's Oromos and stuff like that. So there is the pressure. The only pressure that I have personally is because I can't speak the language. Yeah. So I don't. My idea, I used to always tell my parents too, and like anybody I spoke to that doesn't speak the language, say, bro, the way you continue a culture is the language.
Exactly.
That's true.
It's the language is the most important part.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that person cannot look Oromo at all, but if they can understand the language and speak it, they can continue the culture.
Yeah.
Like, that's most of the biggest part. And so,
is that a big thing in your community where like there's a lot of youth that just don't know the language
in Toronto?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's a big thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but then when you go to Minnesota, everybody speaks the language. There's a 4-year-old. Vivid memory. I was at Oromo soccer, and then there was a Oromo kid who was walking around in the stands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, anytime a child can speak their language, they're talking like adults.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yo, if you hear a 4-year-old speaking Harari, they're speaking like top tier grandfather Harari, you know?
Very true.
So I'm hearing this guy speaking top tier Oromo. I'm saying, MashaAllah. But this kid's walking around to people going, he's talking to them Oromo, and if the person speaks back and they're shaky, they just start flaming them.
No way.
So I'm sitting there sweating buckets from a 4-year-old, like, nah, please don't come to me. Please don't come to me. Because the kid's gonna look at me like, a Frenchie, you can't, you know. So
funny.
But you know what? That's like us. I'm trying to find like things relatability here. Like we have a community in Australia.
I was literally thinking of Australia
where it's
too.
very similar to where everyone there like just knows the language off the bat. Like kids learn it from when they're young and they grow up mastering it. But maybe you guys. So does that mean in Minnesota, the Oromo community there is a lot more tight knit than it is over here? Or less spread out, maybe?
Yeah, that plus it's like, since there's such a big number.
Yeah.
Like, for example, for me, like I said, everybody around me, I know a lot of Somali now.
Yeah.
I know a lot, like, I can pick up on Somali things and a lot of, like, words because I'm around Somalis all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, if I was in Minnesota, since there's Oromos everywhere, you become the people you are around, right?
That's true.
Exactly, right? So if you're around Hararis all the time.
It doesn't help you with not being Somali case, but you keep going.
But the point is that, like, when you're around all those Harari people, just have 2 of them speaking Harari all the time.
Yeah.
It's going to make you go, okay, you know what? I want to join this conversation. I'm going to learn the language in Harari.
That's true.
And Oromos, if you're around the Oromos that are always talking Oromo, then I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to learn Oromos. And then you also have Somalis. You don't see those videos of like those the white guy in the neighborhood that can speak Somali?
Oh, yeah.
Because he's around Somalis all the time.
Yeah.
And they're just speaking Somali all the time.
That's true.
Then he just picks up the language.
Yeah.
So I really just look at it as more of like, if it's not even the numbers, but if you're around, like if there's only like 5 Hararis in the city, but you 5 are with each other all the time, then it's going to continue, right?
I tried that, like, because for me, I wanted to start mastering Harari. Like, I understood it. I can speak a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But I tried that at table once. You know, I was trying to speak Gates. It just messed up with the vibe. I was like, you know, do we keep with the vibe or like, you know, do you keep with trying to learn the language? I kind of stuck with the vibe. But
you got to just listen.
Yeah.
The way that I learned it was I just kept going back to Ethiopia, and you're forced to learn it because...
Oh, you're going to get flamed.
The man's never been yet.
No, I know. But like... Okay, so you know, I went when I was like 9, and I went for 4 months, and that's when I learned like the bulk of the language.
Okay, yeah.
But then I didn't go back to Ethiopia for like 10 years. So when I went back again when I was 19, all I knew was like, "Hi, I'm good. Yeah, how are you?" And that was it. And they were like, "Damn, like you don't."
How
know
long did
anything.
you stay for after when you're 19?
7 weeks.
You stayed for 7 weeks?
Yeah, I was
Well,
living.
you never had a job. This girl.
I was 19.
I had a job at 15. Okay.
And then after that, I did another trip when I was like 23 or 24 for like 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
You really did not like working. What is this?
No.
Oh, I wish I could. I wish.
And so because I took those trips,
I know about this and I still am surprised.
I know. Not you judging.
Huh?
Not you judging.
I'm jealous. What are you talking about?
You say you want to do it. You want to do it? Just do a LOA at work.
I wish I could.
2 months though?
But like,
it's because you haven't been. That's why you're saying this.
Yeah, and also my job is like more like there's like 3 of us. It's a very small.
Oh, it's a small team.
So like, when I leave, this literally like 33% of the workforce is gone. So that's been pretty significant. Yeah.
I mean, they can just hire someone on contract if you really like genuinely wanted to submerge yourself in the culture. And like that's what I like to do when I travel is like really try. Like I would tell my cousins like, don't talk to me in English. Like they could respond, but I want to be able to like talk to them.
In
Gisinan, you know. So I forced myself to learn that way. And like I know my dad tries to claim like, oh yeah, I taught her. No, because he still talks to me in English. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. The parents are the ones, you know, it's the closest ones to you, right? Because they tell you, oh, you should know Gisinan. Why aren't you talking Gisinan? But then in the house, the moment you speak to them in English, they just start speaking to you in English as well. They should be replying back in their language, but you know.
I could. But then at the same time, I give my parents leeway on that. At the end of the day, these guys, shout out to them. They came from Ethiopia on their backs with nothing.
Right.
They said, yo, I'm moving here. They were able to build a whole life here. And I said, yo, I can't. Like, you guys had so many things on your plate. I understand if language wasn't like the
priority.
Main priority. So I said,
that's the same thing I say too.
Yeah, so I said, you know, it's cool. I just look back at them and say, now I'm at the age now, like everything in the family is good now. Y'all have to teach me it now, because if you don't teach me now, your grandkids are gonna be
it's
saying,
on them now.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be like, hey, what's up? You wanna? I'm not trying to have that. So,
inshallah, man. You know, it just takes maybe 3 months. Right now, you're transitioning. Maybe that transition can lead you to going to Ethiopia for just a few more months.
Yeah, inshallah, that'd
be. I'm just saying, make a trip. Remember, the longer he stay there, the cheaper the flights. I'm just saying, you know.
Oh, 100%. My sister then went for like 2 months. I said, yo, if I'm going, I'm doing the LOA, and I'm just going to be
just
gone.
Do that. Find the family that doesn't know any English and just stick with that.
And just stick with them the whole time.
He's going to be struggling.
But you have to struggle. And maybe you'll be like, now I can relate to my parents who came to this country not knowing the language.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You know, you get 2 in 1. You get to learn their experience and learn the language.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't go by yourself if it's your first time. Go with someone who can at least speak the language and translate for you. Otherwise, you're going to be struggling a little bit.
That struggle will make you stronger.
I'm just gonna start waxing my money at the grocery store.
Hey, even if they wax you, it's like oh, it only cost me $10 versus $1. I don't know. The exchange rate is like so crazy
it's like
right
really
now.
bad now.
Yeah.
Like 1 Canadian is like 55 bit or something like that.
Okay, so like how much is it if you're going to like just go and grab like milk and stuff from the store?
The thing is they're also suffering from like extremely high inflated inflation.
I see.
So
but still it's still cost you like 30 cents for a pop.
You need like $500 and you're good. You're like a millionaire there.
And you're living there, right?
Yeah, for real. And you know what, we're gonna end the podcast there. Thank you again, Bedazzle, for coming on today. Bedazzle season.
Hey man.
Don't forget to follow his TikTok. I'll link it down below.
Exactly. Is there anything else you wanted to close off with here?
I'm not gonna. This is my first ever podcast, so I'm loving it. This is like this is.
There you go.
I respect y'all guys. You guys do this every Sunday. This is.
It's his first, but not his last, guys. Don't worry.
Exactly.
But yeah, thank you again for watching and listening, guys. If you liked the episode, make sure you subscribe, like the channel. Like the video. Maybe hit the you know what? Forget about the notification bell. Just hit the subscribe button, okay? Just do that. Just hit the subscribe button and leave a comment on anything that we spoke about here, or if you just want to show some love. And we'll see y'all next week. Bye.